The U.S. added 272,000 jobs in May, far more than the 180,000 that was expected. The sectors with the most job gains included healthcare, leisure, and hospitality. And we've got team coverage to break down the hottest sectors. Alexandra Canal, Madison Mills, and Anjali Khemlani tracking the gains. Ali, let's start with you and the jump that we're seeing in retail jobs.
Yeah, Brad, the BLS calling out retail trade in the report. We did see trends continue to edge higher with 13,000 jobs added in the month of May. Now, that's roughly in line with the average monthly gain over the prior 12 months when we saw the retail sector add 8,000 jobs. Now, within retail, building, material, and garden equipment, along with supply dealers, added 12,000 jobs in May, while job losses occurred in department stores, about 5,000 losses there. And then furniture and home furnishing retailers, that also saw a loss of jobs by about 4,000 on a year-over-year basis. The unemployment rate for wholesale and retail trade did tick down to 3.7% on a yearly basis. That's down from the 4.4% seen in May 2023. Of course, it's been a bit of a mixed bag for retail so far this year. We've seen increased layoffs across the sector, while the U.S. consumer has showed signs of slowing. We got the retail sales report for the month of April, flat in the month. So the consumer not unstoppable as we once thought. Later this month, we will see the pulse of consumers when it comes to retail for May. But again, jobs still continued to be added, 13,000 jobs for retail trade in May.
All right, Ali, thanks. Let's get over to Anjali. Anjali, taking a look at the healthcare industry. What are you seeing there?
Huge gainer there, of course, with the average.
Oh, yeah, I'm still going.
Month 50 compared to 56,000 April, so a huge gain there. Most of the gain ambulatory 43,000, which is the biggest number. We're going to focus on that in a second, and then hospital adding 15,000 and nursing homes adding just 11,000. Interesting to see that number there because we know about the demand for the aging population. We've seen those demand for the healthcare services post-pandemic, and we know that there's a majority now insured population, whether through Medicare, Medicaid, or commercial, and so we've seen that push to demand in those non-hospital settings, and that is coinciding with the increase in telehealth, increase in retail, as well as subscription type models like Amazon's One Medical. But we've also seen weakness on that retail side. Companies like Walmart, Walgreens, and Dollar General ending their healthcare efforts in the past year. So that is going to create a bit of a shuffle in where these professionals are going. The numbers also hide the fact that the sector continues to see high attrition from burnout, healthcare professionals seeking more work-life balance in alternate care settings. But that doesn't hide the fact that we do see this ongoing push into the alternate care and to that outpatient setting. That's why those ambulatory numbers continue to be so high. And so we have to keep an eye on how all this pans out for the upcoming month. And then we know that there's also seasonality during the winter months, increase of the respiratory virus season. So all of that playing a role in how we're seeing this pan out.
All right, hugely important. Thanks so much, Anjali. Maddie, leisure and hospitality was unchanged. You're tracking that in the month, but it had a huge gain in May, right?
Yeah, Brad, so this is going to be a critical thing to watch for the Federal Reserve, right? Because we know the demand for services has been a key factor in inflation. So this is a really big move to the upside here. We had 42,000 jobs added in the leisure and hospitality space for the month of May. Now, this could be seasonality, right? Think about as you head into the summer, obviously there's going to be a lot of hiring in the hospitality and leisure sectors. But whether or not this is a sign of too much growth that's going to fuel inflation could be an issue for the Fed. Back to you, Shauna and Brad.
All right, Maddie, Anj, and Ali, thanks so much for breaking that down, some of the action.
So that's some good news that, you see in the medical field, jobs are going up, and also, with leisure and the restaurant industry is jobs jumping up there too. And on the other side, you see that retail is really declining and everything. So go ahead, Hakeem. What's your take? How you see, we saw some good things with the job market, but how you see the job market over the rest few months or the rest of the year?
Yeah, so if everybody pay attention to what they says, a lot of the jobs that are being entered are just hospitality jobs. These were nothing about oil, gas, manufacturing, things that pay a livable wage. So these are jobs that, you can pay on, but it's not survive. I do think the little bit of added growth doesn't mean anything because unemployment rate is still high. So inflation you could visibly see in what's going on. So we'll just have to be a little bit more aware of our surroundings and how this play it. It's good to keep up on the market, but that really doesn't reflect 100% of what's out here.
No problem is Mr. G over there on the Twitch where he say unemployment in the U.S. is 4%. South Africa is 33%.
It's bad.
That
It's
is
bad.
that is okay. That is extremely
He's
high.
from
So
South
if you
Africa too.
and he's from South Africa. Now that, but shout out to the lovely Sherry Bryan, the lovely Bobby Bryan, who's also in the building, is always tuning in each and every day, every time we go live. And also the mob father, Ken Dog, is also in the building as well. So Mr. G, when he was saying that how the unemployment rate in the US is 4%, that actually is a good thing compared to other countries of the world. You see it's 33% because you know why? Because the country itself, they're not developing new jobs or new careers, and that will keep people stagnant and keep people at the bottom. Some places, especially other countries, they like to keep people low. They don't want to see any form of growth. Now, when it comes to the aspect of the job market, when you see new jobs added to the list, especially for the month of May, that's stuff that they're telling people that's in school or going to school. That was the degrees you need to focus on. You need to focus on degrees in the medical field, also in retail. Retail, not only retail industry, but also retail when it comes to the aspect of management. I just heard recently, I don't know, I think it's a rumor, but I saw in the trend online they say Walmart are now innovating where they're allowing their managers to make over 500K a year. I can't. Walmart. So it's telling people there's way opportunities for you to go out there and win, especially if you have a bachelor degree or associate degree. You can still win, and or even a PhD if you know how to utilize it correctly. That what people say. Don't go to school that's not you're not gonna benefit from. Go to school that you are gonna benefit from. And the best way to benefit from the school is look to see what's going on in the job market. Now, when it comes to the aspect of the retail industry, the reason why the retail industry is on a huge decline, mind you, you got people out right now still stealing stuff. People are going to the cash register, especially the self checkout, not paying for groceries. That's also going to hurt the retail industry. And not only that, people are not making enough money so they can actually go out there and grocery shop. So that's also hurting the retail industry. And pretty much this season. So, but we already know retail industry normally picks up around October during the holiday season. I want retail normally picks up, but right now it's gonna be in a slow peak because because me and Jordan work in the retail industry, so we know how it runs over there in the retail world. So we know it picks up around October. But right now, the hot jobs are the nursing degree, the tech, and also the auto industry stuff like people should be trying for, and also electrician as well. But go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the retail part, and I'll be watching this. Just really put focus on this. You're gonna see a lot of malls gonna be closing down, like you said, could be closing down. I remember seeing it in Michigan, Lakeland Mall, which is in Sterling Heights, where I used to be in. That mall has been up for 30 years. But what I'm gonna try to say, you're gonna see a lot of decline at like super malls. Clothing areas like Macy's. Macy's, they continue to closing down. Certain areas and everything, they continue to close down. Codes, and we close it down. You're gonna see the next 5 to 10 years. That's gonna be a shift into the retail industry because as the people, a lot of people is ordering stuff on Amazon. We have an Alexa, and we tell Alexa order something. So we don't have to go to a grocery. I work at a grocery store, but a lot of people don't need to go to the grocery store to get toilet paper, trash bags, or stuff like that you need for your house. You could just automatically order from Amazon. It will either come if you order early in the morning, it will come the same day at night or the next day and everything. So I see you definitely see a shift in that. When it comes to the medical field, that's always going to be there. Not just in America, anywhere in the world. You could be have a degree and really work anywhere in the world. But yeah, like I said, go to Ronnie. Those jobs are in demand. When Ronnie said about electricians, trade jobs, they're always in demand. Construction workers, plumbers, welders, carpenters, boiler makers, the pipe fitters, a mechanic, like I said, construction workers, those type of jobs, they always gonna be in demand. So, even though there was a snapback of how some of these jobs are going up, going down, really busted the trade jobs, they always gonna be there. Always. That's my take on that.
And I want to say it's very important. So guys, well, especially when you're out there, especially because there's a lot of new people that graduated from high school going to college. Make sure you look at the job market and make sure you look at something that's very beneficial for your future and something that you can actually build wealth. Don't just be an employer. Be a person that when you get employed is to be an investor. The whole point of getting a job is so you can be able to invest, so you be able to live off your investment and not be a slave to the workforce for the rest of your life until to 70 to you're 80 years old. Trust me, there's people now that 70, 80 years old is going back to work because they didn't know how to use their